Welcome to another Cardano update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates. And I mean, of course, they used to be daily. Right now, they are not really daily anymore because there's not really much going on in the market right now. But, whenever something happens, we usually post like a million updates. Now, in this Cardano video, I want to talk about Bitcoin dominance. I know many of you love Bitcoin dominance, and that's why I want to make a video about this. I've already talked about this many times in the past, but I think it's important to talk about it again because, what's happening right now is extremely important. So we just had a cross on the bull market support band. I believe that was about, let's say, 60 something days ago, about 64 days ago. And yeah, nothing has happened since then. And I don't know if you can remember, but in my previous videos a couple of months ago, I told you that it might take a couple of days, well actually 48 days, for something to happen after the cross on the bull market support band. And nothing really happened. I mean, we are just going sideways right now, and this is really boring, to be honest. I thought we would start going up after the president gets put into the office, but I guess that did not happen. I mean, here, for example, when the president got elected, this is when Bitcoin dominance dropped like 7%, and during this time Cardano and some other altcoins actually went up quite a lot. Cardano, for example, went up like 300%. So the fact that we have literally nothing right now, it's a bit weird, but it's not really, something to be concerned about, because in the previous cycle, I mean, we did not really get anything after the president got put into the office, as you can see. I mean, yes, we did get a drop, but the price continued going sideways after that. We never really had a drop. The drop happened like 2 months later. And I actually want to talk about this right now. So in the worst case scenario, the altcoin season starts in March and not right now. Now, I know that does not sound too good. I mean, we have to wait like 2 more months, but that's the worst case scenario. And why do I believe that it will start in March? Well, first, let's talk about what happened in the previous 2 cycles. I mean, here, for example, yes, we went sideways for about 48 days after we had the cross on the bull market support band. But look at when Bitcoin dominance actually started going down, at the end of March and at the beginning of April. And if you look at what happened in the cycle before that, it's pretty much the exact same thing again. It started dropping at the beginning of March here, and it dropped a lot in April, and it continued dropping for some time after that. So maybe the cross on the bull market support band does not really play any role. Now, I don't really want to believe that. I still believe that we will get some kind of move to the downside, because usually when we get a cross, the price goes down. And we'll see if that happens or not. I mean, if we don't get any type of, move to the downside in January, then it's very likely that we just do absolutely nothing until March, and then we start going down, maybe at the beginning of March or maybe about April. Now, like I said, I don't really want to see that happen. That would be very boring. And if we do that, the altcoins are not going to do too well. However, you have to keep in mind, in the previous cycle, when Bitcoin dominance went sideways here, this is when Cardano actually went up quite a lot. So as you can see here, I mean, Bitcoin dominance did absolutely nothing from, let's say February 1st to like March 30th. And if you look at what Cardano was doing during that time, I mean, Cardano was actually going up quite a lot. During that time, Cardano went up from about 32 cents all the way up to like $1.50. So even though Bitcoin dominance went sideways, Cardano actually went up. So this shows us that Bitcoin dominance does not really have to drop in order for Cardano to go up. Now, of course, I mean, it kind of has to right now because, Cardano will most likely not go up on its own in this cycle. In the cycle before this cycle, I mean, this was a different story. Right now, we kind of need the whole altcoin market to move if we want to start moving. So it could take some time, but I'm still bullish on this chart. I see no reason to not be bullish on this. And keep in mind, we are at the 0.618 resistance level, which is the golden ratio of the previous all-time high. So of course, it's going to be difficult to get above this. I mean, once we get above this, I think the road to about $1.78 is going to be very fast. And then we could get to all-time highs extremely soon after that as well. I think it's very possible that it happens. Keep in mind, we are respecting support levels, and right now I'm expecting a third wave of the third wave that we have on the chart right here. And the third wave of the third wave is always the most impulsive move to the upside. And what do you know? I'm expecting Bitcoin dominance to start dropping at some point. and Cardano and many other altcoins are expecting a third wave of a third wave. And what do we need for a third wave of a third wave? Well, we need Bitcoin dominance to do something like this, and what you know, it's ready to do it. Now, if you look at the chart, we still did not break the lower high structure, which is good, but we did get above my trend line right here. Now, of course, this trend line could not mean anything. I mean, maybe this is just wrong, and we don't really have that many touch points, so I'm just gonna get rid of it right now because I see no reason to keep it on the chart anymore. And we'll see whatever happens with this. I mean, we are above the bull market support band again, but as you can see, we got rejected by it multiple times, and I think it's only a matter of time until we actually start going down. Now, if we go on the Bitcoin chart, Bitcoin is also doing absolutely nothing. It's just going sideways. It's not even overbought on the daily. I don't think it's even overbought on the 4-hour. No, it's not. So yeah, this is just sideways price action right now. Bitcoin has been going sideways for like 2 months now. And usually, after a period like this, Bitcoin just starts going up like crazy. For example, like it did over here, where it went from about, let's say, 59K, or actually no, 49K, all the way up to like $100,000 in a matter of like 2 months or so. Well, actually, no, that's like 4 months, I say. And I mean, here as well, here we also went sideways for like a month and a half. And then we went from like $39,000 all the way up to like $74,000. So yeah, these periods are normal, but we have to kind of hurry up because if you look at the Cardano chart, I mean, yes, we are above the bull market support band, but like I said many times in my previous videos, we don't really want to see a cross on the bull market support band. We don't really want to see the red line of the bull market support band go above the green line, because that's usually not really bullish. I mean, the last time we did that, we just went sideways 6 months after that, so we don't really want to do that. And yeah, if we don't want to get a cross on the bull market support band, we have to do something like this extremely soon, and we have to, you know, the green line has to do something like this so the red line does not catch up with it. Now, I still believe in this project and I still believe in crypto. I still believe that we will get an altcoin season extremely soon, but like I said, for Cardano, I mean, right now it has to get above the 0.618 resistance level of the previous all-time high. So yeah, until we do that, there's not really much to say. I mean, we are still expecting a third wave right now of this 1-2 setup that we have on the chart. Let me actually get rid of the support zone right here. And yeah, the target for the third wave is about $1.30. That's the 200% extension of the 1-2 setup on the chart. And this looks like it will be some kind of ABC structure, so yeah, it's gonna be complete at some point if we actually continue respecting support levels. If we don't, then the next target is at about 72 cents. Now, I don't know if we will get that or not. It's very, very unlikely in my opinion, because Bitcoin is not really known to drop a lot in the post-halving year, which means that if Bitcoin does not drop, Cardano will not drop either, so I don't think we'll get a drop like that. I mean, the second wave right here already has an ABC to the downside, so we don't really need another drop. But I did mention many times in my previous videos that this could turn into some kind of ABC structure, which would not be the best thing because, you know, like I said, the bull market support band, I mean, the green line on the bull market support band, we don't really want to catch up with the red line. So yeah, we have to kind of start going up right now. But keep in mind, in the previous cycle, Cardano pretty much did the exact same thing. Now, of course, here, we actually went up about 140% in the first couple of days of January, and then after that, we just went sideways until February. Now, keep in mind, in this cycle, in November, we actually went up 300%. In the previous cycle, we only went up 100% here in the first wave of the third wave. And maybe this is why we're not going up as much in January, because we already went up a lot more in November than we did in the previous cycle, so of course we cannot go up another 140% in January as well. If that's true, that means that in February we should get some kind of impulsive move to the upside, and like I said, if we want to copy what we did in the previous cycle, Cardano has to be at all-time highs by the end of next month. So I know that sounds crazy, but you know, if XRP did it, I mean, it's possible for Cardano to do it as well, especially because, you know, it's respecting support levels. And like I said many times, the minimum target for the main third wave move to the upside is pretty much at the previous all-time highs. It's at $2.98, but that's the minimum target. In the previous cycle, we actually got to the 1.618 extension of the previous all-time high in the main third wave. And I don't know if we will do that or not. If we do that in this cycle, I mean, that could put us about $5 in the third wave, and then about, let's say, $8 in the fifth wave. and we'll see if that happens or not. I mean, so far my wave count has been right, so we'll see if I continue being right. I am gonna be wrong at some point, so keep that in mind. And I mean, I don't have anything else, to be honest. There's not much going on in the market, so I cannot really tell you anything. But don't get fearful, and just stop looking at charts all day because it's not healthy. And if it's just going sideways, there's really no point in looking at it. I mean, that's my job, and it's pretty boring right now. So whenever something happens, I will make sure to update you. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts, and if you want access to our Discord server where we post multiple updates a day. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.